Hey everybody, Craig Hitchens here again. I'm going to take you through some tapping sequence today for OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, or obsessive compulsive thinking or thought patterning. This sequence that I'm going to use can also be used for addiction or addictive behaviours or anxiety around certain things to do with addiction. When you download the sheet that's below the video, there will be 3 or 4 different alternative sequences. So all of these sequences will be able to be used for OCD, for obsessive compulsive, for addiction, as I've spoken about just before. Now, the way you use them is to try one, and if one doesn't work for you, then try another one, and so on. They can be crossed over and used for either problem. Both problems sort of cross the same sort of territory. So today I'm going to show you the main basic one. It's a pretty simple one, and I'm going to sort of be talking about obsessive thinking. So obsessive thinking is about something that repeats over and over and over in your mind. Not necessarily obsessive compulsive disorder and where you're washing your hands 50,000 times a day or something like that. It can be used for that too. But obsessiveness is also about constantly thinking about the same thing, and you can't switch it off. That ruminating thought that goes around and around and around and around. A lot of people have it. And it is the source of a great deal of anxiety for some people, and also it's a great source of depletion of people's energy and vitality. So any relief you can get from it is usually pretty welcome. So as we've done before in the other sequences, take a bit of time to get nice and mindful. So do a bit of deep breathing and get yourself nice and relaxed. You want to be in a mindful state in the now. You don't want to be thinking about too many other things, just what you're doing. And then I want you to tune in to your problem or to the obsessive thought or behavior. Okay, so take a couple of minutes and do that, and then pop back and start the video. Okay, so focused, mindful, ready to go. Piece of paper at the side with your pen, so write down on your piece of paper number from 1 to 10 about how bad this makes you feel, 10 being the worst you can possibly imagine, 1 being virtually no upset. So whatever your starting number is, let's say we're starting at about an 8 or a 9. Okay, so the sequence goes as is. We start tapping at the collarbone point. So collarbone notch, down 1 inch, across about 1 inch or so. And we're tapping there about 20, 30 times. And then we're up to the eyeballs, onto the cheek, just here. I like to use 2 fingers here, sometimes 3. 20, 30 times there as well. And then down under the collarbone again. Okay, and relax into that. Tune into the thought pattern, tune into the repeating thought, tune into the anxiety of it, where does it sit in the body, etc. Be mindful with that. And if you've managed to shrink it a little bit, write that down on your paper. But if you haven't, we're going to assume that you haven't. So we're going to do the reversal point. So karate chop point, just under the knuckle of the little finger there. About 20 times. And repeat the sequence straight away. Collarbone. Under the eye. Collarbone. Okay. And take a little moment to relax with that as well. Tune into it again. If it's come down by 2 points or more, you can fast forward to the 9 gamut sequence a little bit further up in the video, but if not, I'm going to assume it's been stubborn. So we'll do the next reversal point. So we go from the collarbone point, just stretch your hand across diagonally to around about where your nipple is, and in the middle, about here, is your recurring reversal point or sore spot. And you want to massage that on the left side of your body, and that's in a clockwise direction. And do that from anything from about 20 seconds up to a couple of minutes, whatever feels comfortable for you. Okay, And so we'll go straight back into the sequence. Collarbone. Under the eyes. Collarbone. Okay, sit with that. Okay, same as before, tune into it. A few deep breaths, tune into the thought, tune into the feeling. Be mindful with it. How does it feel to you? Has it come down a bit? If it has, write down by how much. Again, if it's come down enough, shoot up further up in the video to the 9 gamut sequence. If not, we're going to do one more reversal point here. Okay, the one above your lip, between your nose and your lip here. So, about 20 to 30 times. And sequence again. Under the eyes. Collarbone. Okay, how does that feel? That should have you feeling a bit better by now. All right, so when you're feeling a bit better, we go straight into the 9 gamut movements. Okay, so the gamut spot, making your fist in between ring finger and pinky finger in the knuckle there, in the fleshy part. Okay, it's really in that fleshy bit that you want to get, not up on the bone, that'll get sore. It's in the fleshy bit there. You can, about 2 or 3 fingers, and you tap here. Okay, and you want to be tapping here the whole time while we do these funny little movements. Okay, so eyes open, looking forward, eyes closed, eyes open again, looking down, left, down, right. Circle in one direction with your eyes, circle in the other direction with your eyes. Okay, hum. Count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hum again. Okay, and keep tapping. About another 20 taps. Now sequence. Collarbone. Under the eyes. Collarbone. Okay, and rest with that for a moment. And that should have you feeling quite a bit better. If it's only reduced everything by a couple of points, that's okay. Sometimes these OCD and obsessive thinking and addictive urges and addictive anxieties and things can be stubborn to shift, and you'll need to do them a few times. You need to do the sequences probably several times a day, and keep doing them each time the situation pops up, and it gradually breaks down the signature in your energetic system over time. Okay, well, let's assume that we're feeling pretty good and that everything's come down quite a bit. And so we're going to do the finishing tapping sequence, which is again the gamut spot, while we roll our eyes from the floor all the way up to the ceiling. Okay, and you do that nice and slow. And this is kind of like a sealing movement. It seals in all the good you've just done. So rolling your eyes up. I'm actually going a little bit faster than I should. You need to go just a little bit slower than this. Okay, and we're done. Okay, so like I said, in the sequence sheet down below the video, there's 3 or 4 different recipes and sequences for these problems: obsession, obsessive compulsive, and addictions and addictive urges. So play with them, use them, experiment with them in different situations. Sometimes one sequence will work better in one situation than not another. So go for your life. You're not going to do any harm to yourself. All it's going to do is, if it's not going to work, it's not going to work. Okay, so keep trying. All right, I think that's all for today. I will be back in the next video. Everybody stay safe. Bye-bye now.